Indium is a rare, super trace mineral that the average person hardly ever gets in their diet nowadays. It was patented for human consumption around 1980. By age 27, the average person's body runs out of this mineral completely. It recorrects the majority of the endocrine system immediately. There are major anti-aging implications tied to getting this mineral back into the diet. In this video, I'm going to talk about why it left the diet, how I make it as a dietary supplement at home, and a whole lot more background information on this. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome. This video is going to be on colloidal indium, or indium in the diet, how it affects the biological system. Now, I've made 2 other videos on colloidal supplements, and the videos that I made about them, I made them myself at home, which I'm going to do also in this video. Now, indium is a very special trace mineral or supplement that a lot of people don't know about. That's why I'm talking about it. And I'm going to drop huge amounts of information on this topic. And if you know, or you know some anecdotal videos, people sharing their experiences with it, or some really good information, share it with me in the comment section, because I'm learning every day about these things, and the information is very hard to come by considering how the internet is getting scrubbed. It's getting scrubbed every day. The short history of the internet, back in the day, we used to get all kinds of information about anything. Now you start looking back, everything's getting scrubbed, so we gotta start rushing before everything's gone. But in this video, I'm going to it's gonna break down like this. I'm gonna start off with the information trail. I'm going to go in some in-depth, deep information about the who, what, when, why, where, about indium and its use in the body. And from there, I'm going to share my 3+ year anecdotal experience supplementing colloidal indium, the version that I make myself. And after I share my anecdotal experience, I'm going to talk about industrial use of indium and its use in technology. So you'll get some more info, and you'll get more depth on what this mineral actually is and what it's used for, not just in the body, but how the world uses it. You can learn a lot just from knowing these things also. And I will end the video by sharing with you how I make it at home. Gonna just go step by step through the process, share with you how I make it. And it's not that different from the other videos that I've made. I've made a video on colloidal gold and colloidal platinum, and I showed you how to make it. I talked about it. I went real in depth on it, and I'm going to do the same in this video. And again, this video, I have 2 main reasons for making this video. The number 1 reason is that I want to reach out to those out there that have in-depth experiences on using this, and I want to know what your experience was like, or get more information, because the information is getting harder and harder to find. I researched 4 years ago, and some of the stuff that I found 4 years ago I couldn't find this time around when I was looking for information to present this video. So if you can help me out on that, please do. And my other reason for making this video is I want to put out information that people may be looking for, that's very hard to find. And I think that's why you come here. You come here for something different, and that's what I give you. And not just something different, hopefully it's something that can transform you or change your life. So let's get started with the video. Let's follow down the information trail. So yes, now we are on the indium information trail, and This article is a very good article. It's very informative, and it gets straight to the point of some of the points that I'm trying to make. And some of the information is a little bit too much. So I suggest that you increase the playback speed if you don't want to just sit and listen too much. But this is still, all of it is invaluable information still. It's up to you. Here we go. I'm going to read this because if I summarize too much, I probably won't do it justice. I think I should just read through it, and you can kind of discern on your own by listening. Here we go. Colloidal indium. Raw indium is the 49th element on the periodic table. This soft silvery metal can be found in Earth's crust, and it is never found in food or water or in our bodies after the age 25 to 30. Indium is close to being the 10th most scarce of all available elements on the periodic table of elements. It also connects the two largest groups of elements known to be beneficial to human nutrition. Indium can be found in human tissues at concentrations between 0.01 and 0.07 micrograms per gram fresh tissue, and a found mean of 0.0045 microgram indium per gram of hair. Some indium is absorbed from the gastrointestinal tract of animals because it is excreted in small amounts in the urine of animals fed indium salts. Indium is relatively non-toxic orally. When fed 20 to 30 milligrams of indium per day for 27 days, rats exhibited a rough coat and some weight loss. That's a lot. That's a high dose for a rat. Rats are small, and that's a high dose. On the other hand, when mice were fed drinking water containing 5 micrograms per milliliter of indium, they exhibited lower incidence of tumors than mice fed the same level of scandium, gallium, rhodium, palladium, chromium, or yttrium. I've only tried one of these other. I've only tried palladium, and palladium experimentation was a bit of a failure. I didn't get a good reaction from it. Mice fed 5 micrograms per milliliter of indium exhibited elevated levels of copper and chromium concentrations in several organs, including kidney and heart. Now, indium as a colloidal. Indium is a mineral believed to support several hormonal systems in the body and may elevate immune activity and reduce the severity and duration of a plethora of human conditions. It is believed that indium may provide aid to the hypothalamus and pituitary glands. These two master hormone producers have the job of maintaining optimal output of hormones for the body. Once this stasis is achieved, a great many other hormone producers become stimulated, causing a domino effect and helping retard aging and various health problems. Colloidal indium seems to enhance food and mineral absorption by the body. It even has been found to aid in the utilization of other essential trace elements and amplifies 60 to 300% absorption of minerals. That's really, really, really good. And I can vouch for it. My anecdote, I'm going to tell you why I believe this to be very true. You will not find indium in food or water. In fact, although it is not ordinarily found in the human body at all after approximately 25 to 30 years of age, those people taking indium experience beneficial results immediately. Some of the short-term benefits reported by many colloidal indium users include increased energy and enhanced sense of well-being, the so-called indium high, and a reduced need for sleep. Long-term benefits of colloidal indium include, but are not limited to, a gradual correction of many chronic illnesses such as ADD, improved blood pressure, stress-related problems, healthier body weight, autism, and a reversing signs of aging and circulation issues as well as muscle tone. It is believed that when taking indium, one feels rejuvenated and energized because the hormonal system is working better. In fact, because of its ability to completely transform and alleviate mineral deficiencies through enhancement of bioavailability, it is reported to optimize all functions of the body and neural transmitters as well as cell, RNA, and DNA regeneration. In a laboratory setting, indium has been consistently found in human tissues at concentrations between 0.01 and 0.07 micrograms per gram of fresh tissue and found a mean of 0.0045 micrograms of indium per gram of hair. They're repeating this. Some indium is absorbed from the gastrointestinal tract of animals because it is excreted in small amounts in the urine of animals fed indium salts. Indium is relatively non-toxic orally. When fed 20 to 30 milligrams per day for 27 days, rats exhibited a rough coat and some weight loss. I think they were just repeated that. On the other hand, when mice were fed drinking water containing 5 micrograms per milliliter of indium, they exhibited a lower incidence of tumors than mice fed the same level of scandium, gallium, rhodium, palladium, chromium, or yttrium. I guess they were comparing this to other colloidals to see how effective it was in measuring up to those. Mice fed 5 micrograms per milliliter indium exhibited elevated levels of copper and chromium concentrations in several organs, including kidney and heart. Indium is a mineral believed to support several hormonal systems in the body and may elevate immune activity and reduce the severity and duration of a plethora of human conditions. It is believed that indium may provide aid to the hypothalamus and pituitary glands. These two master hormone producers have the job of maintaining optimal output of hormones for the body. Once the stasis is achieved, a great many other hormone producers become stimulated, causing a domino effect and helping retard aging and various health problems. Colloidal indium seems to enhance food and mineral absorption by the body. It even has been found to aid in the utilization of other essential trace elements. It is not found in food or water. In fact, although it is not ordinarily found in the human body at all after approximately 25 to 30 years of age, those people taking indium experience beneficial results immediately. Some of the short-term benefits reported by many colloidal indium users include increased energy and an enhanced sense of well-being, and the so-called indium high, and a reduced need for sleep. Long-term benefits of colloidal indium include, but are not limited to, a gradual correction of many chronic illnesses such as ADD, improved blood pressure, stress-related problems, healthier body weight, autism, and reversal of visible signs of aging. It is believed that when taking indium, one feels rejuvenated and energized because the hormonal system is working better. So now, physiological effects of colloidal indium. Indium is a rare trace element reported to help balance 23 of the 24 hormonal systems in the body. Little to none of the indium is found in the agricultural food chain anymore. It is sometimes classified as a heavy metal with no officially recognized nutrition or physiological function. However, it is on the FDA's GRAS list, generally recognized as safe, GRAS, and it is claimed to provide a large variety of benefits. Some doctors and dentists are using it with their patients. One practitioner reported benefits for chronic fatigue patients. Another uses it to help get patients off drugs and alcohol. It has been reported to modify or help eliminate addictions. One of our clients reported that about 90% of his vitiligo disappeared during the first few months of use, and a medical doctor reported normalizing of blood pressure in a patient. The only controlled studies we are aware of have been safety trials with humans and some inconclusive animal studies. Anecdotal reports, however, indicate benefits ranging from reduction in required sleeping time, relief from migraine headaches, increased endurance during exercise, improved memory, including in Alzheimer's patients, improved speech and motor skills in Parkinson's sufferers, reduction of dandruff and dry skin patches, decreased eyeball pressure. High pressure is a predictor of glaucoma. Normalization of both high and low blood pressure, normalization of high and low blood sugar, normalization of menstrual cycles, increased libido, and other effects. Here's a caution. It's a caution. People suffering from low thyroid levels may experience headaches as their thyroid is activated and should have their levels checked by their physician to bring down medications as appropriate. Recent release information by several researchers has suggested that indium plays an important role in stimulation of the pituitary gland to release growth hormone. Other users report increased stamina and endurance. In some very ill people, indium produced a significant improvement in their appetites. Bodybuilders report that after a few weeks of indium supplementation, they are lifting 30 to 40% more weight. Other users report enhanced eyesight, better memory, general enhancement of all the senses, improved hair and nails, enhanced sexual vigor, improvement in blood pressure readings, improvement in type 2 diabetes symptoms, and fewer headaches and pains. Indium exists in such small amounts and is not water soluble in nature that it is simply not in the food chain. It is for this reason that it is designated as a trace mineral or a micromineral. By changing indium's particle size through the microfaraday process, indium can be changed into a colloidal that is bioavailable and water-soluble form of indium measured in nanoparticles or parts per million. Testing in 1975 was unable to determine indium levels in the body due to its low concentration. All this points to indium being vital for our continued good health and a solution to some of mankind's most dreaded health problems. So let's talk about cancer and its relation to indium. One of the many health problems that research has shown that indium may help is cancer. It has shown to be effective against Walker 256 carcinosarcomas, and more research for its further use is ongoing. In 1983, study found that indium sought out and saturated tumor tissues.
This is good news given the general tumor-reducing characteristics of indium. In 1971, a study found that indium supplementation caused a lower incidence of tumors. Weight loss. In 1971, Dr. Henry Schroeder found that the use of indium resulted in a lower body weight. Of even more interest is the fact that indium was more active in females than males. Since women have less muscle mass than men, indium may give them the extra boost they need to lose weight. Dr. Schroeder graphed very interesting results. He found that after maturity, females without indium added 20% of their weight on as fat, while those supplementing with indium added on no fat at all. Indium has a beneficial effect on the thyroid gland. By potentiating this gland and helping support proper thyroid levels, more calories are burned and weight is normalized. Indium users have known of its antidepressant activity for over 2 decades now, with indium producing a feeling of a well-being and euphoria after only a few days of use. 2 major effects that indium has are in its ability to help the body assimilate other important nutrients and in increasing the lifespan of red blood cells from 90 to 120 days. The soil depletion and the link to chronic disease. Without realizing the vast majority of the Western population are between 70 to 99% deficient in minerals, this would explain the mass epidemic in chronic disease among the young and the old. Study by Dr. Linus Pauling on soil mineral depletion. Studies by Dr. Linus Pauling, twice Nobel Prize winner, said you can trace every sickness, every disease, and every ailment to a mineral deficiency. Yet all over the world, minerals are disappearing from agricultural soils at an alarming rate. In 1992, the official report of the Rio Earth Summit concluded there is a deep concern over continuing major declines in the mineral values in farm and range soils throughout the world. This statement was based on data showing that over the last 100 years, average mineral levels in agricultural soils had fallen worldwide by 72% in Europe, 76% in Asia, and 85% in North America. What has caused this staggering decline? Most of the blame lies with artificial chemical fertilizers. We now know that plants absorb 70 to 80 different minerals from the soil, while the number returned to it by plants grown with commercial fertilizers can be counted on fingers of one hand, which is, they're saying a small amount that can be reuptaked. Every crop that is cut or animal that is sent to market marks a further depletion in the mineral status of the soil on which it was raised. Organic wastes that in the former times would have been composted and returned to the land are nowadays mostly consigned to landfill sites or incineration. There are many other ways in which the move to chemical farming prevents crops from taking up even the sparse amounts of trace minerals left in the soil. Soil contains bacteria, fungi, plant, and animal life in a state of constant interaction and balance. Every one of these organisms needs dozens of different minerals to survive and play its part in the ecosystem. Some bacteria have a vital role in converting soil minerals into chemical forms that plants can use. NPK fertilizers, which is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, gradually change the soil pH towards acidic conditions in which these bacteria cannot survive. To combat soil acidification, farmers lay lime on the land, adding back calcium and magnesium to raise the soil pH, but it also converts manganese and some other trace minerals into chemical forms that plants are unable to absorb. Pesticides and herbicides also reduce the uptake of trace minerals by plants. Plants have an important relationship with certain fungi that can form networks covering several acres. The fungus contains carbohydrates from the plant root. At the same time, supplying the plant with nutrients it draws from the soil. This gives the plant access to a vastly greater mineral extraction system than is possible by their roots alone. Chemical fungicide sprays destroy these beneficial fungi and so again reduce the ability of plants to absorb soil minerals. Insecticides can also reduce trace mineral uptake by inactivating choline-containing enzymes in plants, essential for the absorption of manganese and other minerals. The combined effect of soil mineral depletion and the reduced availability of these minerals that remain is that most of the food that we eat is mineral deficient. The table below summarizes the reduction in the average mineral content of 27 vegetables and 17 fruits between 1940 and 1991. The results of the latest research are expected to show mineral values in continual decline. So this is a chart. You can take a look at it if you like. It just basically shows that foods are becoming less and less nutritious with minerals. And these are just the minerals that we all know about. You know, there's a lot of minerals that we don't know about. For example, this mineral that I'm talking about in this presentation. A new study published earlier this year shows that as might be expected, mineral levels in animal products reflect the picture in plant food, comparing levels measured in 2002 with those present in 1940. The iron content of milk was found to be 62% less. Calcium and magnesium in Parmesan cheese had each fallen by 70%, and copper in dairy produce had plummeted by a remarkable 90%. How one is to explain why indium is so beneficial to so many people? Indium is definitely one of those trace minerals which, like vanadium, exerts pharmacological effects on the body. In case of vanadium, the pharmacological effects are explained by pointing out that it is biologically very active mineral, which engages in the body in numerous biochemical reactions with enzymes and other proteins. Indium has not been studied in this context, so we don't know much. We know, however, that indium affects how other minerals are absorbed and utilized in the body. In particular, we know that indium affects utilization of zinc, iron, copper, and manganese, and probably several other important minerals. Indium affects thyroid because the proper functioning of this gland depends on the right balance of iron, zinc, and copper. Indium affects immune system and skin because both immune system and skin depend on zinc. Indium helps people suffering from anemia because the proper blood count depends on iron and copper in the body. Therefore, indium undoubtedly plays an invaluable role in the biological war and the growing epidemic of mineral depletion within the body for both animals and mankind. And here's a list of short-term benefits. You can read these on your own if you like. And here is a list of long-term benefits. You can pause and read these on your own if you like as well. So, colloidal indium safety. There's evidence that indium has a low order of toxicity. Indium is considered a non-toxic element, never being reported any serious accident with this element, even in welding or semiconductor industry where the exposition to indium is relatively high. There is no report of any kind of toxicity. Colloidal indium is very safe to use, however, not when injected into the blood. Avoid contact with eyes, wounds, and cuts. And here, they're telling suggested dosages. My advice on this is to not worry about a suggested dosage, but take the smallest amount possible. It's a trace mineral, which means you need a very, very, very small amount for it to be effective. And if you go over that amount, then it becomes ineffective. It even starts working against your cause of what you're trying to accomplish. So just go as small as you can, and just do it like that, and don't really worry about dosages. But you can take a look at this and see what they have to say and read it on your own and come to your own conclusion based on your own experimentation, if that's what you choose to do. So I'll just let you take a look at this if you like. And here's a disclaimer. Since they're going to do a disclaimer, I'm going to throw a disclaimer here. I should have did a disclaimer right from the beginning, but you know that I'm just a guy on the internet. I'm no one special. I'm not any type of professional or voice of authority. So take all of this with a grain of salt. This is for informational purposes only. I'm just here to share something with you and actually hear back from you